So, hello, good evening, and this is, well, good evening, good morning, whenever you're watching this. This is Tom from BlackToad Studio, and I'm joined by my co-host as ever.
Dom from BlackToad Studios.
Yes. So yes, been a little while since that last one. It was a few days.
It has been a few days, although you have done a live stream since then.
I have done a live stream, which
Yep.
if you're interested in Total War Warhammer 2, please check it out. See what you think. Any comments on anything we can improve? Obviously, it's not Dom doing that stream with me. It's actually a friend of mine that I play games with online who's doing that. Mainly because Dom hasn't got a PC running at the moment, to be fair. Otherwise, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to dedicate 2 to 4 hours of his life having the time to do so.
Yeah, I wish.
I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure you could escape for that amount of time, mate.
Yeah, 20 minutes is a push.
20-minute games of Cossacks, mate. That'd be all right. Yeah, put that in. Do it in fits and bursts.
Anyway, this series basically is for all of you guys out there who are stuck inside, self-isolating away from the horrible stuff that's going on around us, and you need some hobby friends. And myself and Tom are going to provide you that lovely friendship group. So feel free to get some hobbiness or get a couple of drinks and listen to us ramble as we hobby. So Tom, what are you working on, and what have you worked on the last couple of days?
I'm still working on my Death Guard a little bit. They're almost finished, the Blight Lord Terminators, that is, but I decided tonight I was going to take a little break from the Death Guard because I'm actually playing a game tomorrow with Vicky with Orcs, and I thought I'll get these two done. I've got a couple of big mechs which I think Dom bought me a little while ago. I haven't quite got around to doing it until now, so I'm going to get them built because, as Dom knows, and some of the people watching, I like the mech style of army, so I've got quite a few cans and walkers, and some mechs would be good. Yeah,
lots of walkers in your Orky army, isn't there?
Oh yes, just the way I like it. And so working on those two at the moment. So I hope to have them assembled by the end of this, probably. And Dom, good. What have you got on your table tonight as well?
Well, today, today I finished off painting my 2 rhinos, which I will be putting up on the 83rd Warhost video soon. Nice. Little plug for that one. And I have got a sprue of Chaos Space Marines. Nothing that exciting. It's the Shadow Spear lot. So once these are done, I have finished my Shadow Spear models, and they will be done. I also have undercoated, just out there, a Rhino, another Rhino, and 8 Lich Guard for my Necrons.
Oh, a bit of Necron love.
Yeah, exactly. They've been sitting in my paint station for a while, and I think it's about time they get a bit of love. So tonight I will be cutting out marine parts, little tubs.
It's always fun getting the old tubs out and filling them up with tons of sprues.
Yeah, so I'll be doing that tonight. But that's pretty much my hobby the last couple of days. Painting rhinos on off, and so I've got a fair bit to get on with.
Good. Well, I'm sure we'll get through a fair bit of this tonight, which is always handy when you want to get a few bits done. So it's good to do this at the same time.
Yeah, so tonight we're going to talk about our general hobbiness, but of course today being Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday, yeah.
There was a little clip of a little snippet of Henry Cavill's Twitter, and the Warhammer community has gone crazy.
Of course.
Over this. So
he plays 40k.
Yeah. Those who do not know, Henry, with big H as we call him, is who plays Superman. He's also in The Witcher on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
He is he's a war gamer, so that's always good. Bit of 40k. He's a PC gamer. Plays WoW. Yep. Allegedly, he missed his interview for or his audition for Superman because he missed the call when he was raiding in WoW. Allegedly. What a kid.
Oh, to have that as an anecdote.
He plays Custodes.
Yeah.
So that's quite cool, Custodes.
It's a small army though, isn't it, to be fair? I imagine he's a fairly busy chap. So having a smaller army to build up is probably a sensible decision on his part. I have a suspicion.
Yeah, exactly. I think, to be fair, I would kind of see him playing Custodes as well. It's quite a nice little niche army. Like,
Yeah.
not surprised. It's like, I think I'd be more surprised if it was something like Necron, to be honest. If he was like, oh, weird. All right, why are you playing Necron? Custodes.
You just want him to play Necrons. It's okay.
I want someone to play Necrons.
You want someone to play Necrons? Oh, Mr. Beer plays Necrons, right?
He does indeed, yes.
Yeah.
Although, by the look of Edict Beer, he's going into his Emperor's Children quite a lot, which is
yeah. That's also a good one for you. You like your chaos, mate. I've heard.
I do like my chaos.
I've heard some rumours.
Yeah. So Tom, obviously Henry Cavill is a 40k player, a big celebrity.
He is.
Do you know of any other celebrities? I messaged you earlier. I don't know if you actually done any research.
I did a little bit. I will say. There's a couple of ones that I think we both know about. I'm going to go one that I read about today, which I don't know if you're aware of. Who this is not 100% confirmed, I might add.
No, but this is not 100%.
Yeah. So, however, I saw on the rumor mill / a lot of forum posts and stuff like that Vin Diesel plays a Black Templar army.
Does he? Well, that isn't surprising, is it? Because Vin Diesel is adamant D&D player.
He is indeed, yes.
And a massive geek, which is always good. I love it when you find out that people are like you. Like,
yes, justified. We're not weird.
That's all like you.
But yes, that's that's one of the ones that I heard, looked up today. Quite an interesting one. I thought it'd be good. Be quite funny if that got confirmed. I think in some way.
I think he would quite happily confirm it as well. Like I said, he's appeared on D&D shows as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think
there's a YouTube video out there with one of the ones he did.
Yeah, so he definitely appears on them, so he's not ashamed of his geekiness.
No,
which is always good. Cool. Well, I'll name one as well. I'm not going to go for the obvious. We all know the obvious one.
That's why I didn't do it first.
So I'm going to go with Ed Sheeran.
Yes, I heard about this one as well. Actually, I think
Eddie McSheeran. I think he also embraced Twitter and put some pictures of some Marines he was working on while touring or gigging or whatever he was doing. And I was like, good. I'm not. The thing is with people we're going to mention, the UK ones, I'm never really that surprised by it, to be honest, because 40k, Sigma, etc. Games Workshop being a British company, you kind of like. I don't know what it's like in the US, but in the UK, you're pretty much guaranteed every town, big towns, biggish town has got a Games Workshop in it, and so it's quite, it's on the high street. Everyone's aware of it, and so you kind of brought up with either going to a Warhammer shop or knowing someone in your group that's been to a Warhammer shop. So British celebrities, not too surprising. Eddie Sheeran, good on you. He's embracing it, isn't
he? I suppose we cover one of the obvious ones then.
Oh, okay, shall we?
So I'm assuming you're thinking of Robin Williams.
I am thinking of Mr. Williams, the late great Robin Williams.
Yes, legend of a chap for many reasons, but more so because I think he played Orcs, didn't he, as well? That's what I've read.
Yeah, I don't know what he played, but he was a massive war gamer. I think when he passed, his daughter Zelda. I mean, if you name your daughter Zelda, you're on a good path.
There's some alarm bells.
Yeah. So she put his army up on auction, I think, and there's a lot of classic models there. So I think it says a lot about the creativity, isn't it? Really, of these people that they've, a lot of them are successful actors or singers, and another output is obviously doing either wargaming or painting or collecting.
I imagine it's a nice escape, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's one of the things that I know that we probably use it for, from our jobs and other things in life. It's quite nice to sit down and just do some models, painting or whatever, because it does take your mind off the generic stuff that goes on around every day. So I can definitely see it as quite a cool thing that some celebrities take it as quite a hobby as well. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you go online, you'll always see there's a lot of rumored celebrities that have been involved somewhere.
It's always
I'm
nice
sure
if they
Mark
confirm
Strong
it.
as well. Mark Strong must have a model somewhere.
Well, if he's done as many voiceovers for 40k stuff, he's got to be vaguely interested in it. He must be.
Someone must have bought him something like a novelty, like going, "Oh, this is you."
Maybe Games Workshop did it. They went, "Oh, by the way, just as a reward for doing this, we thought we'd hook you up with some of these new models."
Yeah, the same with the cast of Lord of the Rings. Like there were obviously models made for them, and even Peter Jackson had a custom model made for him. I don't know if you ever saw that in a White Dwarf. They made a model for Peter Jackson.
Was that the Corsair one or?
No, I don't think it's a Corsair. One of the Corsairs.
I still remember his cameo in that.
Yeah, I know he cameos in all of them, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So he appears in all of them at some point. So he definitely got a model, and if you can have a model, you then look into the hobby a bit more, don't you?
Oh yeah, no.
So the other person I found when I was doing my research, not really that much of a collector, although he obviously has an interest in it, is Brian May from Queen.
Oh right, I did not know that.
So there's a 40k album made by a band. I think it was D-Volt, and allegedly, this is the story, the band were in a Games Workshop shop one day, and Brian May walks in with his son. They get talking, and Brian May allegedly went, "Oh yeah, no, I'm really up for this," and did some work on their 40k album. So there you go. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Musical royalty is embracing it as well. Might be slightly wrong on that one, so I don't go out and Google that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. And so I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, it's nice to sort of hear a few good names that are sort of playing 40, or at least interested in the hobby enough to buy the models. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. So guys, if you listening, you watching, if you know of any other celebrity that has played 40k, collected, painted, whatever, please put a comment below, because it's a genuine interest in who is out there and who's doing it.
If any celebrities watching this, just feel free to confirm in the comments.
Yeah, if you class yourself as a celebrity, something wrong with you. Oh yeah, I'm definitely a celebrity. But yeah, if you know of any, or if you've had any experience, please put them in the comments below. It'd be great to hear.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And it'd be good. I think it's, go back 10 years or 20 years, would this be as acceptable for the likes of Henry Gill or Ed Sheeran to be putting up on social media? Or was this sort of like a deep, dark secret that people were like, well, this might affect our career if we're portrayed in a certain way? Because let's face it, Tom, like the hobby is not always being seen in the best light.
No, I must admit, myself included in this particular thing. I think when I was younger, it was something that I would not readily admit that I was interested in to certain individuals because of the reaction that you got sometimes. And it was sucky that it used to be that way. I mean, now I'm older, I don't really care, to be honest, because at the end of the day, I spend time with people that like to do similar things most of the time. So, but definitely in my younger years, it was one of those things you sort of think, ooh, do I want to reveal that to this particular group of people? And because people can be harsh sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's a lack of understanding most of the time, isn't it? That people are a little bit kind of funny about it, but generally people are pretty accepting, especially these days. I mean, I said, especially in the UK, Games Workshop being on the high street, and even now, actually, to be fair, you get Warhammer adverts for like Conquest magazine and stuff on TV.
Yes.
On mainstream TV, you're getting Games Workshop. It's like every avenue. You get the books, the computer game, the models. It's on the high street. It's everywhere in the UK, and I'd like to know how it is in the US. If any US,
that'd be interesting.
How it's portrayed, but in the UK, it's everywhere, which is brilliant. To be honest, and it's definitely coming more mainstream.
Oh yeah, which is a blessing and a curse, maybe. I don't know.
How's it a curse, Thomas?
Well, I would say the more mainstream you make certain things, it may affect the way maybe rules are developed to make it more appealing to a wider audience, which is fair enough. But you may have it altered in ways that you might not like, or stuff like that. Really. So that's just my opinion on that.
Do you think the likes of Games Workshop, for instance, would water down their approach?
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I think if they knew they could appeal to a much wider audience, they may water. I mean, you could see that to a certain extent with 8th edition, in my opinion. I mean, and in total honesty, I actually liked it. I liked what they did with 8th edition personally, because I actually felt like 7th was such a bloat of rules, and also I think it was too complex for some people to actually sort of appreciate and get into sometimes. I mean, obviously the whole number of book argument was an interesting one, because I think they've kind of thrown that out the window now.
Yeah, it's not an issue anymore, is it?
No. They're sort of saying, you only need a couple of books, maybe one couple of books, your codex and the rule book, and you'll be away. But now you're kind of like, well, you've got your rule book, you've got your codex, you've got the Psychic Awakening book, you might have an add-on codex, you might have a set of special rules that you got in a White Dwarf. There's quite a lot of things that you need nowadays to play, and I think I like the step in the rule set they took in 8th edition. I think that was a good way to go that they've done, because I feel like they didn't dumb it down to the point where it was silly, but they pulled out all the stuff that took away a lot of ambiguity in the game and sort of guesswork, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think, especially like things like templates. As much as I enjoyed whacking a large template down and blowing stuff up, it was quite time consuming, and there's always things like, is it covering that model? Yeah, it is. I don't think it is. Well, those kind of arguments have all disappeared now.
I mean, like for me, 8th edition has been a good experience. Like in my workplace, for instance, I've got 2 people that are either returning or brand new to the hobby that have shown interest. I've got another person who does wargaming, doesn't tend to do any Games Workshop games because he's kind of towards bolt action, other games, but he will kind of venture in. Like I've been able to purchase stuff off of him where he's kind of tried Necromunda or Kill Team or whatever. And for me, I'm going to get rid of him. So it's good for me because I get some cheap models. But that necessarily wouldn't have happened if the hobby wasn't turning into a more mainstream thing.
No.
And I think they will. You've seen certain things like the new books and stuff being introduced for kids, and this is all good in my opinion. There's a lot of people out there that will probably like almost like the gatekeepers go, you can't, you've got to keep it this way and you've got to keep it that way. But essentially what Games Workshop are doing, in my opinion, they're broadening the whole thing. So if you want to have the light, fluffy stuff, there you go. But if you want the more grim dark, 40k is still going to be there.
That's a fair comment.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, I think where it is at the moment is about right. I think if they went further, I think that's when I might start thinking, this is getting a bit simplistic. But at the moment, to be honest, it almost warrants for like a second tier of the game for beginners, which I suppose is kind of similar to the way they did the start collecting sets, to be honest.
Yeah, and there's obviously got Conquest.
Yes.
Also keep in mind that we got the likes of Titanicus. I haven't played Titanicus, but from what I understand, it is not a simple game to play.
Maybe you should get it, Dom.
Maybe we should get it.
Yeah, another box game that we can pick up and then maybe not play.
Yeah, that'd be good. But you see what I mean? It's
yes.
They've almost kind of fobbed those fears off by going, hang on a minute, look at this. Look, this is what we're doing. Hey, you want to try this? You got to read a book. Oh man, I don't read a book. Hug for each of these things. It's definitely
all that reading lark. I must admit, that's one of my more favourite parts of is reading stuff. I do like reading codexes, and I do like reading, obviously, the Black Library books is another example. But rules and law are actually quite interesting to read. I remember, actually, I think I've got it here. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I do. Oh. Do you remember this little thing, Dom?
Yes. Well, Tom, at some point I will be doing a review on
Oh, look at
classic
that.
second
Classic
edition
orders. Nice.
Orc Codex. Also got the Chaos one. I'll be doing a little review on those at some point.
Yeah.
For those retro gamers out there who haven't got the book and they want to have a little gander at it. So yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice to go through it and kind of read the stuff.
Well, yeah, and there's also things like this is what they did. Remember, obviously 7th when they split it into the 3 sections, which I thought was quite nice. So I dug these all out when I was cleaning up my hobby room today, because you may notice my background's a bit different. I actually moved my computer desk into my hobby room, which I've been meaning to do for a while. It meant I moved a lot of stuff around. But things like that.
As hobby.
I do as well. It's so that I could do my streaming much more effectively, right? And then, do you know what else dug out, Dom? I found this little.
Got an endless lot of. Oh yeah.
The old for those who can't see it. Oh, wrong way up. Sorry, pardon me.
Is that Badab?
That was the right way up, wasn't it? Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah, you had it right first time, Tom.
Yes. So yeah, the Bad Ab War Part 1 and 2. That was a good read. It's just a shame that the rules aren't really applicable anymore. But because that's one thing I'd love to see Games Workshop do is go back and pick up some of their older stuff, especially from Forge World, and update it to new rules, new things like that. I mean, obviously everything has got an 8th edition rule somewhere. If you can normally download it if it's on their website. It's just some of the some of the missions and stuff would be quite nice to be updated and just to see that play. But obviously, I think they had a very good writer in Alan Bly a while ago, and I think that's obviously probably changed their route through writing things a little bit in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it was a massive loss to the community as well as to the company of Forge World and GW. The loss of Alan Bly, and it definitely kind of highlighted the issue of if you rely on one person and unfortunately that person passes away or leaves the company, it does leave a big hole. And I think it's a bit of a curse and a blessing at the same time. If you've got one person who's got this massive kind of love for the hobby and
sheer talent as well, I think,
talent and this vision that they want, and you can see the legacy he'd left behind. And when that person goes, it does leave a hole. But if you've got lots of people on one particular project, it can dilute it. Well, I can see it diluting. I wouldn't necessarily, guess it has, but it's diluted it down.
I mean, the evidence is there at the moment. I mean, when was the last time a dedicated Imperial Armor Forge World book came out?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, definitely.
I can't remember, apart from the indexes, of course, but they don't really count because that was just a rules update for all the Forge World units, so they kind of had to do that. But you haven't seen anything kind of fresh from that point of view. Obviously, the heresy books for the rules for slightly exceptions to that, because obviously it was a living rule set and they had to do that because that would have left some people without anything to play. Should have been a bit not good, but as that kind of adopted more of a 76th edition feel, that's not really in my kind of want to play repertoire at the moment, I must admit.
Yeah. But if they release more bits like Badab, revisit the Badab situation, or Vrax, for instance, or
I mean, a pure remake would be fantastic. Just to sort of even using some of the same fluff material or the lore material. I mean, that doesn't need to change, but giving the book an uplift and making it quite, interesting, more relevant would be good because, I think it's an interesting story, personally.
Yeah, definitely. So, guys, if you're listening, what battle zone or series would you like to see Forge World look into and kind of, have maybe a new launch of models? Maybe if they do Badab, they might release some unique range models, like the Cocaerodons, for instance. Maybe they get a unique unit. I know the Chapter Master's still there.
Yeah. But for me, I'm a bit biased because obviously I'm a Red Scorpion player as well. So for me, it's one of the key thing. But the thing is, if I remember correctly, there was supposed to be some form of book coming out. I can't remember what it was called. Was it Firestorm or something? Might be misremembering. But there was something that was due to come out, I think, a year and a bit ago, which is obviously fallen by the wayside at the moment. But because I want to see some more Red Scorpion stuff, that would have been cool. But hey, you got to be patient in this hobby, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely got to be patient.
Unless you like Space Marine Lieutenants.
They're all the craze right now. Every kid loves them.
There's one for every day of the month.
Well, Tom, saying this, you recently did a army showcase video for your Black Templars.
I
Tom,
did indeed.
I became very aware there were several lieutenants in your army.
Oh, but they were at the start box collecting set. They were not special ones. So.
Care to explain yourself? Why you think lieutenants are acceptable?
No, I am not a waster of models. I would not want to waste a model just because it was a lieutenant. And besides, I only have 2 Primaris lieutenants, and they're the stock ones out of the starter box set. I think it was the Dark Imperium set, if I remember correctly. And a Primaris Ancient. He's got a flag that's not painted yet. Please do that. I mean, come on, where's your characters?
So my characters are few and far between for poor old Chaos.
We should get onto this one again, to be honest. We'll get started again.
Yeah, we have our own rant. So in the last video, we said put a subject to rant about, and we're doing it ourselves.
Yeah, we're just going to make up our own rant topics.
Maybe you should. Maybe I'll message you before the video and I'll say, look.
Oh, we'll come up with a rant. You got to just trigger me a bit, and then we can sort of roll from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually enjoyed doing that showcase video. Actually, it actually seems to have gone down reasonably well, from what I can see.
Good.
So yeah, thank you all for the positive comments, by the way, guys. It really means a lot, because it kind of fulfills the fact that I feel like I'm doing something right just with my hobby.
You haven't wasted thousands of pounds worth of models.
No. I mean, to be fair, another subject which is quite amusing for us sometimes is to go through some of the older comments on videos, and we find the odd little perfect one. And I try to remember this one. I think it was something about unlocking the. Was it the Virgin thing? I think it was quite an amusing one from one of the masters, because I think it was one of our 45,000 point aside battle, got some comments about maybe we should leave the house a little bit and things like that, which is quite funny considering that both you and me have quite busy lives.
Yeah. Wish I could stay in more, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's always funny getting some of those comments because
well, the internet attracts people, doesn't it? And
I'd say definitely
like that, you kind of you take it on the chin, really. You have a bit of a laugh about it. You don't really.
Yeah, I'd say in general we laugh more about it than get upset. In fact, actually, we have been known to bait sometimes as well, which is always fun. But we don't want to give that away, because obviously the people out there that do want to do it, we want to keep you guessing about what we're doing, So
yeah, they won't watch this video anyway, Tom. Only the hardcore fans.
Well,
you the hardcore fan.
The hardcore fans. This. Yeah,
because we're celebrities.
All 5 of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, who you are. All my fake accounts that I log in.
Even joking.
Oh, sorry, I was not supposed to say that. Sorry.
No. How's your model making game, Tom? Because
I must confess, I'm done.
How have you done that quickly?
I was done about 10 minutes ago, if I'm totally honest.
But how did you do that?
You know me.
Well,
to be fair, have you seen this kit though, mate? Honestly, it is literally. There's the instruction set for it.
Jeez.
It's very simple, but I won't be spraying these right now because I don't want to knock myself out in this small room because there's not a lot of airflow in here. So, but yeah. And how many have you made, Dom?
I am on my third look is 1.
He's getting them separated. Fair enough.
Yeah, so what I do, Tom, my making and painting, normally use bags because I have like an abundance of bags, but unfortunately not at the moment. I will clip all these bits off. I will cut them, clean them up a little bit, and then I will spray them, and I will keep them like that, for instance, as I paint them, and then at the end finally glue them all together. I think I said before, I kind of part assembly all these stuff. I don't tend to glue them because I just find it awkward most of the time, to be honest. I think it might take a bit longer doing it this way, but
no, I think you get a better effect. I agree.
Yeah, I've found it really frustrating in the past. I think I started it on my rubric Marines, doing part assembly, and it's worked. I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. I get frustrated now if I buy, like for instance, I brought the Lich Guard second hand, and they're all glued
already put together.
Oh god, trying to get in between behind those shields. Gonna be, geez,
I think for me, it genuinely depends on the pose of the model. Like for instance, these mechs, I looked at them and went, "Well, it's quite an open model." To be fair, because the arms are out. Yeah, the old look at me, I've got my arms out. But there are things like especially marine wise, I tend to leave the bolters off. Because I find they just there's nothing more frustrating than getting a model to a certain standard, then going in and trying to do the last bits, and you go, fantastic! I've put that highlight all over the chest piece. And I've got to go back and correct it.
Exactly. Like you said, they're like, for instance, like assault marines, for instance, perfect because as long as they haven't got a storm shield, you tend to have one bolt pistol and a chainsword, for instance,
and they're normally in different directions. So or the old classic like
or Orc boys.
The marching Orc boys.
Actually, tell you what, you've obviously experienced it with your 100 boys or whatever you got. I hated painting Orc boys because they're all completely different. As in, like, this one's wearing a girdle, this one's wearing suspenders. They've got a different Orc kit. What else?
Did you get that special one, mate?
Limited edition Orc kit.
The limited edition special nighttime attire Orc kit.
Hold up. Yeah. That doesn't look like a chopper in his hand.
Oh dear.
And they're just annoying because you can't get any rhythm with them. I found you're just constantly having to.
Now, when I did the big paint, I haven't quite got 100 yet. I do have 100, and I think I've got 80 at the moment.
Are you a bit scared of?
No, I've actually got a box of partially painted ones down here, which I've got to the point of, I think, green skin and brown leather. But I found that although they do seem quite different, you can separate them into probably 3 or 4 different groups and do them that way. That's what I found, because obviously depending on most the bodies are very similar. Obviously some have more of an exposed chest, some have a leather thing over it, some have a bit of metal on it, but there tend to be repeats of those models. So I tend to sort of, the way I do it is I group those together in their little groups of similar, and then do batch at a time, because as you said, they're a nightmare otherwise. To be honest, I remember doing me doing my grots, because I bought 6 mech guns, and I thought, they'll be easy. Did the mech guns? They took about maybe a day and a half, 2 days, something like that. And then you suddenly go, right, these little grots, 6 per cannon, shouldn't take too long. And you're just like going, I remember it took me almost 3 months, I think, if I remember correctly, to actually paint those models.
But was that down to also hobby fatigue?
Yeah, partially hobby fatigue, but also because you're just sitting there going, I don't want to do these models. They're just grots, and they're so annoying to paint because they have lots of tiny little details. The size of the model itself makes it more annoying, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, they came out nice, so I'm happy with that particular, with in that respect. Sorry, but I do want to expand my orcs out a bit. It's been I'm actually, as I said, I'm playing a game tomorrow with Vicky and her Crimson Fist, so a bit of a classic matchup there. Should be good.
Yeah, nice.
Gonna try out
some sort of narrative-y kind of last stand for the Crimson Fist, or last stand for the orcs.
Last stand for the orcs about to be wiped out. But I'm hoping to, because obviously I like to play kind of lots of walkers It's a bit of a theme for me, to be fair. Even with my Marines, I do like my walkers. I just think they look cool. But I think with Orcs, there was quite a scope for getting quite a few walkers, because I think I've got 6 killer cans, 3 Death Dreads, more Connaught, and some other, and I'm open to getting more walkers. And so looking at the subculture thing that I was speaking about last time, things like the tin heads thing for getting a +1 to hit for them.
Yeah.
It's actually really nice little tweak to kind of make it more viable to play.
Sometimes you need that, don't you, to get yourself back into a particular faction. If a book comes out, it's got some nice new rules in there, or something. You like, for instance, you're saying about your Orc army, they're going, oh, actually, I've got loads of walkers. This is actually could work really well for them. So, it's almost as if it validates your collection.
Yeah.
You go, oh yeah, it does. It is worthwhile.
Well, to be fair, I did it with my Black Templars for a while. They went into a box for a little while, because I think I got quite disillusioned with them, especially in 7th edition, because I just felt like, because the way I played them, which is, normally I was running big Crusader squads, sort of was better. Going against pretty much any other army in 7th was very difficult, in my opinion, because typically it was all down to heavy shooting and cancelling out the AP. Because obviously back then it wasn't a minus; it was literally, if you got the AP of a thing, that you no longer had a save, which is a very different, very different system to what what you play now, because at least you have more of a chance. Plus the stratagems as well makes them more survivable in some respects, and more
definitely,
and more hard hitting. Yes, and I think your Chaos had a similar thing. They were, especially
poor old
word
bearers have struggled for a while. Although we're coming back. I've definitely enjoyed playing them recently, and I'll see if I didn't want to be doing this. Also, I did do a showcase of just my word bearers on the 83rd Warhouse, which once again gone quite well. Although I have, Thomas, been, if you've actually got to this far in the video, well done to you. But I have also done showcase videos. I've recorded them. I've just got to edit them up for my demons, for my Chaos Knights, and for my Renegades and Heretics.
Looking forward to that.
Tomorrow, I will be recording one for my World Eaters and a full army one. So I recorded a full army one before, but it wasn't really my full army, because I couldn't get them all on the table.
I'd imagine you'd have a bit more trouble than me, to be honest.
You've got a lot of elite stuff.
Yes, lots of elite.
93 coaches.
That'll be 5 points in game currency and 100 models.
Exactly, a little bit different, isn't it? But
it'd be good to see
to get them all on the board. And see how many points I've got.
I think I used 15,000 and something, and 74, if I remember correctly. And thing is, that's not everything that I have Imperium wise. It's just what is the cohesive force that I have collected for the Templars Crusade. That's kind of what. If you've watched the video, you understand. That's their thing. Like, my Red Scorpions are a separate thing, and my Orcs obviously are definitely a separate thing.
Exactly. Like, for instance, the forces I've just mentioned, all of which are part of the 83rd. But then if I was to start to collect, for instance, an Alpha Legion army, they wouldn't be any part of the 83rd. They would be their own thing altogether. But all those factions, they all serve a purpose in the 83rd. Although, there's a story behind all of them, is essentially what I'm getting at.
Even every cultist, he's got a backstory for every single one.
Well, a lot of them have a backstory. As if you follow us on Instagram, you'll see. I've done a talk today.
I think you should go through them all, Dom. I think you should literally sit down and just write a little bit of story for each one, and then you should do an entire stream on it. Just 1 to 90. You'll be fine. Although you should get the 100, really. I think you shouldn't stop at 93 or whatever it is. You should.
Well, Tom, I have got a lot of cultists still to make.
Yes, good.
And a lot of cultist parts to convert and kind of make them a few more individual ones. Because I'll tell you what, Tom, when you've got 97 cultists or 93 cultists or whatever I've got, and you're always trying to, like, when you put them out, you're trying to change them up, but they're not next to each other. And then when you've got the unique ones, like one with, like, for instance, one's got a chainsaw, or one's got, like, some Imperial Guard bits on him, you're like, I'm going to let you live for a bit longer. Like, there at cultist number 10.
You're more aesthetically pleasing to me, so you're staying on the board.
Exactly.
Well, maybe we should get 100 neophytes.
Maybe you should.
I've only got 20 so far. So
I mean, to be fair, Tom, they're not as they suffer from the similar problems as cultists, like the same pose.
yeah, they're not the most posable model. It's just that I'm going to hold my hand or the old classic. Although to be fair, at least you've got a bit more variation on what your model looks like, in my opinion. I mean, obviously scouts are very.
You have to wear carapace armor. You have to.
Do I have no cloak for you because you're a Templar?
Yeah, exactly. The cultist, you're pretty much open to do what you want. You can just come up with a story. You could even get 20 cultists off eBay, for instance, that are already painted, if you wanted to, and just say, look, these are part of the gang that are living on this level of the ship. That's a whole squad of them. They don't have to be uniformed. Like, for instance, neophytes obviously have to be uniformed because they're part of the great Black Templar Crusade.
Yes, but maybe I should go and try and get 100 initiates and 100 neophytes. I mean, that would break me, I think. But although I'm over halfway there for initiates at least, anyway. So it's not.
You think that would be reasonably competitive, Tom, to have?
Yeah, I think it would be great if they all had Land Raider Crusader driving. And even then, I'm not so sure. Maybe we'll have to go to Spartans, just 2 Spartans, and load up 2 20-man squads in them, and that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Let's get the Spartan out, actually. It's been a while since I played it. I do love that model. Such a nice looking model.
So Tom, after this, we'll have an apocalypse game.
Oh, mate, I'm so down for that, mate. Honestly, I just want to play a game with you, mate. It feels like so long. I mean, even before even before this lockdown happened, we hadn't actually played for a little. I think for a couple of weeks or something.
Yeah,
so,
but we're going to get an apocalypse game in. We're going to do that 8 turns that were already defined from the previous video.
God, no, it should be fun.
I will book a couple of days off work.
Yeah.
And we will do it, mate.
We'll go rent a hotel room.
Well, hang on.
We're still talking about the game. I'm just checking. No.
Let's meal first.
Oh, going to be like one of our road trips, mate.
All right. At that point, I think we're almost done now.
Yeah.
No, Before we go into our deep dark secrets for our Warhammer World Trip.
Well, maybe that's what we should talk about next time. Not the deep dark secrets, but the Warhammer World trips. I think that'd be.
If you watched it this far and you would like to hear about our Warhammer World trips and our hotel etiquette,
we could give some recommendations maybe as well. There you go.
Exactly. But hopefully you guys have also done some hobby.
Yeah.
If you're actually doing hobby as you watch these videos, please put below what you're actually working on, because it'd be really nice to know you are actually doing some hobby and not just listen to our.
Yeah, and also if you want us to see what you're doing, send it into our Facebook thing in private message or whatever. We can maybe put a few of your bits of work up and see what you're getting up to. Sort of let other people know as well. Yeah. Awesome. So anyway, I think we're good there, are we?
Yeah, we are good.
Excellent. All right. Well, I think we'll call it there then. So obviously, if you like what you've seen and watched, the ramblings, obviously please give us a like and a subscribe. And any comments are welcome. So this is myself, Tom, and
Dom
from BlackToad Studios, and we'll be talking to you again soon. Thank you very much for watching.
Goodloo.